one person will go and sit or stand. They're thinking of the space, so they might think that this is an interesting space.
Yeah.
You know, to create a pattern.
Yes.
Or they may feel. I mean, that's as if basically if you can't think, if you've got nothing, then place yourself there and see what that feels like. But where the first person sits is going to make a difference to the
next one.
Yeah. So the first person sitting, shape is a statement. Yes. So if I come here, for instance, yeah, and I'm looking at this chair here, but I'm not looking at the chair. I'm looking
beyond
here. People sometimes make a mistake of looking at the chair. So when somebody goes and sits there, you're looking at their crutch or their breast or something. So, but you don't. The point is that I don't move. So whoever comes in next, yeah, is going to pick up my suggestion here, right? They could come and screw with my head, you know, and do something that's not suggested here. But is something suggested there? In terms of I've put the play on hold. There's a hold button. The play is already happening. Something's just happened, and this is the first part of what's happened, and where we are is the first part of what has happened. Yeah. And somebody's going to come and join me, right? Yeah. So if somebody wants to come in, anybody just come in and see what this suggests. Now I've noticed actually that I'm not actually looking at MJ's face. I've got my focus wrong. But this is what has happened. So actually something's just happened to make me not get MJ's eye contact. So what's happening, what I'm thinking is that actually MJ's sitting there, she's quite strong. She's stronger than I imagined she would be. Yes, I've got to let go of all of that. And I'm in a position now where either MJ said something to me that has made me look away, or that I'm saying something to her which might be a lie or difficult to say. Do you see what I mean? So it's the minutiae of that. What's just happened? And we're going to go through the play now, moment by moment, now thinking about what's just happened. I don't know whether I'm going to be speaking first or whether MJ speaks first, but that's the moment she moved then, that's part of the text. So the moment she moves, the play started, or the moment I move. What I will do for the audience's sake, what I want to do for the audience is that we get into this position and we hold it. We've had this little moment to think about that. I know a little bit more about the play now. I know there's a woman in it, and a man in it, because that's the most obvious thing, right? Why change our gender straight away? I would say the lights go down, and the lights come up again, and the play begins. I do that so that the audience don't think that the entrance has got anything to do with it, nor the fact that we're sitting here waiting, because we may not be waiting. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, yes.
So we're just simply creating the image. And I don't know, talk about what's gone through your mind, why you came and sat there, MJ, and then how is it different, or is it different to when you first, you out there, you're seeing something, and then you sit here and suddenly it's going, oh shit, it's not what I thought it was.
Yeah, well, out there you looked quite open because you've got open body language, and I thought if I sat here, not here, you would be looking at me, but in fact the fact that you're sort of gazing over my shoulder feels completely different from what I saw out there, and that feels, that's a thing.
Yeah. The temptation when you sit down for me is to look at you. Yeah. But I can't.
I can feel that as well.
This is the frozen moment. So I have this impulse to look at MJ, but it hasn't happened yet. No. So that impulse to look at MJ is giving me the beginning of the play, my play. MJ may say something to me now, which I might want to, you know,
Yes,
that I may have to throw that impulse away.
yes.
But at the moment, okay, so the lights go down, the lights come up.
Thank you for looking at me, Michael. I don't like it. I don't like it when you, Michael.
I'm trying. That's all I can tell you. I'm trying. I've come here to make amends. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
But you're so
It's very difficult.
obviously uncomfortable.
It's very difficult. I am uncomfortable. I'm feeling this.
And unwilling. What's the point if you're unwilling and not open?
Okay, what we might get into here now is repetition. I'm expressing my point of view, which is I'm finding this moment really difficult. And I will paraphrase that. I'll paraphrase that point of view so that MJ gets it, and your point of view is.
I don't believe we're going to get anywhere.
I don't believe you're going to say so. We paraphrase, and we keep repeating ourselves or paraphrasing until we're impelled to say something else.
Don't worry about it. I'm getting, you can talk, that's me down there with that camera, so
But
I'm just here, so
I'm
to get a slightly different point of view.
Recognize. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, of
So
course.
that's the premise of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's not what happens next. Fuck that. We're not here to make a story. The story's going to happen, which is where your the beautiful short book, you know, kind of can begin to help us. I think tell us where we are
Yes,
in you know. So that there's 4 people in this scene. There's me, there's MJ, there's my character who I'm beginning to discover, and there's MJ's character. So my John brain
yes.
is working and puppeteering
Yeah.
the character, and you know, recognizing that my character has a point of view. My character might not recognise they've got a point of view at all, but
Yeah.
so there's those things. And sometimes I'm saying something to you, you're saying something. Sometimes MJ or I could be saying something to each other through the character. You know, the fact when you said, what I don't like you not looking at me, right? Is partly MJ
To you,
John
yes.
something.
And if you move, then what happens? I mean,
Well,
Because you might be
I
prompted to
I
move
did
somehow.
move. She said that, and I looked at her, yes, and then you chastised me for not being honest. I can't remember what the phrase was there.
Yes. Open.
So I
Open.
had to look away again.
yes. I
was
was wondering.
I was feeling challenged.
Yes,
That's the next thing that happened.
yes, yes. And will you, is the entire, as the setup, is the entire scene played with you in that position and lights go down and
No,
switch around?
no. I have no idea.
Right,
I mean, I literally don't. What I'm not going to do, what we're not going to do at the moment is to move the chairs. So we don't come in and move the chairs, right?
right.
Because they're here for a purpose. You know, that chair's there. Is there going to be? I'm not I'm being forced to think ahead.
Yes,
But I do have the option now of moving here. You know, which would impel me maybe
Yes.
to do that.
yes,
Because sitting here, our relationship is changing, is becoming closer, or you know, or it might be that this is the space I want to go to, because I'm finding her challenging me too much, and then when I'm here, I can't actually see what she's doing, but it certainly gives me an emotional kick, just by moving. So it's micro, isn't it? Really, it's quite micro. you know, to be honest, we're not in it all the time because we've got
No, because
critic and we've got-
we're doing a slightly
and
academic
we're
exercise. here.
really, it's hugely demanding.
But might we just,
To run
now
a
that we
scene.
get the rules,
Yeah,
Yeah,
run
yeah.
a scene.
now you can't, because I'm always I'm tempted that if this scene runs out of gas, you know what I mean, it's beginning to die, my impulse would be to stand up and change the set around, move things around, and then let that become another,
Why don't you leave?
sorry?
Why don't you just leave?
Yes, or leave.
Yeah.
But we do that, don't we? We do
do
that where
This thing,
We
we're in a
change the
scene
scene.
and it's got to last a certain amount of
Yes,
thing.
I mean, it might only
It's
last
got
30
really
seconds.
uncomfortable,
Or,
it might only last 30 seconds, but in a way, if you feel like leaving, then you should leave. She wants me to leave, but I've got more to say. That's always the hardest thing because people think, well, it's the old Keith thing that you stay in a scene if it's really going well, you know, because this is going really well. Or if it's not going well, you want to stay in the scene to make it better. So basically, one never leaves, one never stops the scene because you're either flying or you're struggling to make it better. So you never get out, which is crazy.
I think that one of the things, because this is very reminiscent of work I've done. So I'm always feeling, John Muirhead said a wonderful thing. He said, whenever I go on stage, I'm looking for a way off.
Yes.
So the point is that and of course it is this terrible temptation when the scene is sinking. You think, oh, if I just pay a bit more attention, it will improve. But maybe it won't.
No, maybe.
Probably won't.
well, you say that if a scene has done its job, you often say that, don't you? If the
But
scene
I
has done
say,
its
I
job,
just get
move on.
the actor feels the scene has done its job.
Yeah.
Find a reason to leave or just end it. And right, I feel the scene has done its job. I don't know what the next scene is going to. I might have a suggestion of where the next scene might be.
Yes.
So I feel the scene has done its job. So I do a very odd move. I do a very odd move, which looks like a stage manager, and not part of the action.
Yes.
So the scene has done its job.
No, I think that's.
Then I move too, yeah.
I think that's great. Absolutely.
And then when the next scene.
Right. Because
and that chair is or is not part of it.
right.
Because this could be one scene now, and this could be another. There's different parts of the stage. This could be one place. This could be another place.
Yes.
Or in that move, I might have gone like that as well.
Yes.
You
Yes.
So you sit there. So
Sit
just
there.
you do that, and then you sit here. I feel more relaxed here in the park. I think that's a good idea of yours. We were getting somewhere, but it's nice to see you out in the fresh air.
It's much better out here,
So,
isn't it?
whatever.
Much better out
Was
here.
that on, by the way? Did we
I just
turn
turned
that
it on, yeah. I turned it on about 15 minutes ago.
So, I mean, I didn't know it was going to be a park bench. I mean, but, that's this and then.
No, it kind of suggests itself as.
Does that make
Oh, perfect sense.
sense?
Yeah.
This is, apparently I keep saying this. Does that make sense? This seems to be a thing that I say regularly because I'm struggling to explain it myself.
Oh yes.
Because
No, I think it's.
I'm in a place where Roger likes to be, which is what I find great joy in too. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that me? Do you know what I mean? A little bit, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, often.
Yeah.
And also, I feel with improvisation, working with you, I feel as though it's like a cyclical thing. You feel like you're getting one bit, but you're sort of losing another bit. And it's sort of almost a constant process of,
To and from.
finding the next bit again and then letting go of what you thought you knew. And yeah, it's very dynamic.
Yes.
To break in, there are two things I'd like to do. I'd like to do a completely free scene with David, and then I'd like to begin a scene that MJ and I started.
Working on? Kind
No,
of.
not working on.
Oh.
It's just I just thought when we did it, I thought, oh, Roger would be interested in
Great.
this particular
Absolutely. You
structure
like to see
because it was
Pitch sharp,
because
do
it's-
whatever you
because
like.
it's status.
I'm just here to,
because
now that I
it's-
understand the
it's
game,
status.
it's great.
So maybe for our sake, because I do feel rather, with you two here and you here, it's rather more daunting.
Oh, good. That's okay.
No, it's ridiculous.
I'm a
are you going to have
moron.
a go later as well? Are you guys?
But I'm a moron.
Yeah.
How could you
And
possibly?
then you guys should have a go,
You have a go this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, with Theatre Machine, that the setting of the chairs would happen when the stage was clear
Yeah,
and any actor could go on stage and start something, but they don't feel like it. And there's 3 players and none of them feel like starting. So one would take a prop and take it like a stagehand and place it and exit.
Yes.
Then the other one, quite likely, would immediately follow and put another chair in relation to the first one. And then another one would bring a third chair. Then the first one might come again and put a carpet down, and suddenly you build a set.
yes,
And then it was like a gift to whoever came on.
yeah.
And it was called 1, 2, 3. And the comic I couldn't remember was Frankie Howard.
Oh.
Frankie Howard, who said like black me. But anyway, that is sort of reminding me of. But once we were set, it was likely that we went into playing quite fully as the other
Yes.
person came on. So we weren't waiting to see
Yes.
how they were.
One of the joys of this for me is, I suppose it comes down to the empty space, doesn't it? The Peter Brook idea of the empty
Yes.
space. That all you need is an actor and an audience, and that is the absolute basis of, and sort of hauling lots of props and stuff around. Although I know with Theatre Machine you'd go into a building and you'd gather things that were in the
That's
building.
right.
That if we have this empty space and 3 chairs, we can be anywhere,
Yes.
and so we use.
And it would
We
be,
need to improve our mind.
it'd be clearer in
But,
many ways if
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
blank wall around you.
So if I was to get up from here and
Oh, yes.
it suggests there's something here. So
Yeah.
that becomes so now we've got to remember that. So we have to sort of try and remember these fixed spaces.
I
But
saw
we
you in
have
the
to get
theatre
a lot
somehow.
better
You were
at that. We
seated
have
in
to-
the audience of the
Yeah,
theatre.
where the door is and where.
Yeah.
So we can buy. I'll get you a drink. So now there's a thing. So we're going to come there, and I put this and I'll come around this way because you can see things without there. But I've kind of said, we've got something to put our drinks on.
Yes.
So what we do is part of the text. Everything we do is part of the text. And speaking obviously is dialogue, which is part of the text, but the text is everything that we are and say and move and do. And so we're designing the set as we move through it.
You need to have accurately got what the other person
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
It's a great thing to do though for life. I find it quite mindful. I mean, I'm quite tired every time I go on a Tuesday because I just feel tired. But I find this mindful and really good for my brain and
Yes.
and my sort of soul because it's really, really present. It's
Yeah.
really connecting with people.
Yes.
It's a privilege, but it's also really good for your head. I think
Yeah.
really good for your head.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I think. So I know.
So I want to let you set the
I
agenda. What would you
started
like
to
do
do
next?
say one thing and then went sideways, which
Yes.
is typical of all of us, isn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid.
We. So what I was trying to say about the moving of the chairs. At the moment, we're doing a series of maybe short 2-people scenes. So there's six people doing 2 scenes. Two people doing a scene each, right? So that could be, if they're 20 minutes long, that's an evening, isn't it? You don't want to do it. You don't want an improvisation show for much longer than an hour.
No. I'm wondering now if I might get a better recording if I put the audience at that end so the light was coming this way.
Okay.
It's a bit dimmer here, but I think it not so harsh the backlight. So and then perhaps Riley could sit in that chair and we could just,
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to move it
That
to
one.
the
if we just
Yeah.
move ourselves,
Yeah.
move our stage to a different.
No, the lights will go down, the lights will come up. Do you think, do you think they know one another? I mean, is this their first date?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, he looks very awkward. He looks very awkward.
You think?
I do, yeah. I think this is a blind date.
Blind date.
Blind date.
Blind date. What, they haven't seen each other before.
Just then, when it's,
Well, she came in. He was there.
yeah.
She came in, and she was looking around, as if she didn't know
Who she was.
who she was meeting.
Or, I wonder if his photograph looked like the photograph. Whether he looks like the photograph. I mean, you get a photograph when you're on a blind date. Don't
Do you? Do you get a
Well,
photograph?
Well, I don't know. Or your description, wouldn't you? Like how would I describe myself? I'd describe myself as 5'10". Dark hair, rather attractive, interested in psychology.
Have you ever been on a blind date?
No, I'm just imagining it with seeing them there. But it would be nice to have someone in my life, really. I'd like someone in my life. I mean, I've got you in my life, but I mean, you know, a romantic.
Shall I get you a blind date?
Well, you might know. Yeah, I mean, it might be somebody you know. Think of anybody that would like a 5'10", dark-haired, intellectual.
Come on, let's be a bit realistic here, shall we? You want someone taller than you? Or
I don't mind actually.
You don't
no,
mind?
no,
Okay,
that
that's
doesn't
fine,
really
you
mean-
don't mind.
I think I
Yeah.
want a soulmate. Really. I mean, we're so.
well, that
you're my
opens
best. You're my
the-
best friend, but opens what?
well,
Opens a door.
it widens
Widens
the
the
choice,
horizon.
doesn't it? If you don't mind. If you
Well,
perhaps there's
within,
a lot of
within,
things you
within
should
reason, you know. I mean, I
mind.
don't. Yeah.
Okay, you don't mind about height. What else don't you mind about?
Well, something really, really taller
Would be what?
well, I don't know,
Good or bad?
awkward.
Awkward. Okay. So how much taller is awkward?
Well, 6 inches. I mean,
Okay.
that would be, you know.
So you want to put that in the profile?
No, I don't. No, yeah. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. I want the person I'm meeting to not. I just take my luck on it, really. I mean, the chances of having somebody who's 6 inches taller than me is remote. I would say. Much taller than me.
You think?
I feel you're forcing me to make decisions here.
Well,
And it's,
yes, you do have to make decisions.
This is a new topic for me.
okay.
Do you know anybody that your personality? You know me very well. So
Yeah, I know you very well.
in your life, the life I don't know about, is there somebody there that might be looking for somebody like me?
Well, you know about most of my life.
Well, I know, yeah, but there's big parts of, well, yes, I guess, but there's so much things we do. Don't do everything together, do we? I mean, there are things.
Well, we go to the pub together.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do, you know. But I, when I went on holiday last year, you see,
Yeah.
you didn't come with me. You have no idea of the people that I met there, for instance.
Well, perhaps somebody you met there. Did you meet anyone there?
Well, there were people there, but I wouldn't know where they are now, and I wasn't really sort of thinking about this at the
You
time.
didn't follow it up.
I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I wasn't really.
Was there anything to
It
follow
was just
up?
seeing these guys, right? Oh, they get on quite well, aren't they?
They are now, aren't they?
Yeah. You see, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Just to bump into somebody. And the thing is, they're not just bumping into somebody, they're bumping into somebody, they're meeting somebody with a there's a little bit of an
Purpose.
agenda there.
There's a purpose.
Purpose. Friendship or a romance.
Well, what are you looking
Maybe
for?
a companion.
A companion?
I think so.
You got me. I'm a companion.
You are a companion.
I'm a companion.
Well, sex comes into it, but I really don't want. You know, they've got this nice friend who's sort of 5'10" and dark haired and looking for sex. Wouldn't really go down very well, would it? And that's not quite what I'm. Oh. She's rather nice, isn't she? She smiled at you when. Do you know her?
Well, I've seen her here before.
Hmm?
Do you think she's heard what we've been?
Wasn't she just arrived? I don't think she would have heard much. She wouldn't have heard much.
Well, you were talking quite loudly.
Why did she smiled at you? I thought she knew you.
I'm not sure if it was a smile or a grimace. Actually, could have been. Why didn't you shut up?
I don't think so. It's no good anyway, because if she's smiling at you, she wasn't smiling at me. She fancies
couldn't
you,
see
not
you,
me,
could she?
really. Why couldn't she see
Well,
me?
because I'm.
Yeah, but I'm taller than you.
Not from her stand.
I'm going.
What?
I'm going to go and get. Would you like if I go and get a coffee?
Well, yes,
And then I can have a look at her, right?
Ask
Hmm?
Ask her if she wants.
Yeah, no, I'll just get a coffee. What a flat white, Americano,
Oh, the cappuccino.
cappuccino. Okay, always guess wrong. 2 cappuccinos, please.
Hi,
Hi. Hi.
seen you here before.
No, first time. Just moved into
Your
the
first
area.
time?
Just moved.
Have you? Whereabouts?
I'm Debbie.
Ron.
Hi, Ron. Nice to meet you. Who's your friend?
Oh, that's just George.
George.
Yeah. So you don't know many people around here. then?
I know no one.
You don't know.
I know
Well,
no
you,
one.
you know me now.
Great. Hello,
Hi.
George.
And
Hi,
George.
George.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Debbie, nice to meet
Oh,
you.
hi, Debbie.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Debbie.
What? Well, sit down. You can stand up the whole time. So,
It's
where is it you actually live?
I've just moved into the new flats behind the high street.
that's nice. I like the high street.
We're just round the corner from there.
You are.
George is a bit further away.
Where are you then?
I'm Constant Street.
Oh, Constant
Yeah,
Street. That's
Constant
lovely. Lovely little cottages.
Yeah, they're rather
on there.
nice.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
How long have you been there then?
Oh, I've been there about 5 years now.
5 years.
Have you lived here long?
Just moved in, George.
have
Just moved in. Yes.
I think I'd seen you before. I would have remembered if I'd seen you before.
No, I
Yeah, we've
know.
done all this.
Yeah. So
I
Ron,
haven't done all this.
Oh, well, we have.
I'm just.
George just tags along occasionally.
Have you?
I'm new to
He's not always with me.
You have.
I'm new to the area, George.
Have you got a coffee yet? Have you?
I've got a coffee, thank
Oh,
you.
have you? Would you like a croissant or something?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
You sure?
Yes, thanks.
They do really nice croissants here.
No, I'm fine, honestly, George. Thank you.
Really?
Thanks.
Sure.
Yes,
No.
thanks.
No.
Yeah.
That nice little sort of range of little pastries.
Ron, I'm gonna run, but there's my card.
Oh,
Ron,
great.
do
thanks.
give me a ring.
Oh,
Can I have this in a takeout cup, please? Thanks.
That was fucking helpful. Thank you. What was that about? I mean, what have we just been talking about? I thought you were my friend.
What do you mean?
Well, we're just, you know.
Well, she needed.
What was I talking about? What was I talking about? About finding a companion and very
Well,
attractive
she's
woman.
not right for you. She wouldn't be right for you.
How do you know that?
Well, I can
I
tell.
rather liked her.
Trust me, I know.
I don't trust you anymore.
Well, you should trust me. Why
No,
don't you trust me?
Because that's just.
She's a sweet
that
girl.
was a betrayal. Yes, a sweet girl.
She's a
And
very
what
sweet
was I
girl.
talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
It
what
wouldn't-
did you do?
it
You
wouldn't- it wouldn't
blocked
work.
me. You interrupted me. You didn't. You were making the pass. You've got her
I
bloody
wasn't
card.
Making a pass.
Let me have her card then.
I
And I
don't-
give her a
what?
call.
No, she gave it to me.
Well, exactly.
Well, exactly, yeah. So we've got, all right. So we've got to try and sort you out, haven't we? How are we going to sort you out?
Well, you can just. I mean, I don't know. I've had enough. Honestly, we'll talk about this later. Okay, that'll be the end of that scene. So there's no tension between us two.
Lovely.